what's up? So, I was just sitting here thinking. I do that a lot. About ways of thinking. It's kind of funny, right? Uh, but not like methods, like ways to think, but like different beliefs people hold and things like that. Ways of thinking in that sense. And I thought, pretty much all ways of thinking in some way or another can be dangerous. I suppose it's all about the application, you know, uh, what's appropriate for particular circumstances, certain things like that. And, well, let's take, for instance, the thing that first came to mind when I was thinking this thought. It has to do with the science stuff here. Thinking in that scientific, very rigid sort of manner of thinking. Uh, it kind of locks you out from other things, especially if you're, obviously, if you're dogmatic, that's by nature a thing. But if you're too overly cautious about that sort of thing, for whatever reason, it could be have to do with like your colleagues, your reputation and stuff in the field that you practice in and stuff. It could be uh, just self doubt or something like that. Uh, our ability or our inability to believe sometimes, like it's too good to be true or too unbelievable or something, yada yada. And so there is, in some sense, even with science, a need for at least a small amount of faith, enough to take steps in directions that a lack of faith would uh, keep you from, you know. But yeah, so it was a thought I had. I don't know. Suppose you guys uh, let me know what you think. But those things can be used as swords, as shields, our thoughts, our words, and things like that. But people are very afraid of words and ideas, and you shouldn't be afraid of those. You can be afraid of what is done with them because that's the moment of choice. You know, a murderer is not a murderer until he actually commits the act. Right up until the freaking point that he actually commits the act, he's just a dude that thought about it once. or a lot, whatever. But you know what I mean. It's the act that defines that title, I suppose. Um, but yeah, I like to share ideas. I like to talk about stuff. So I feel like we shouldn't be afraid to do that. And I don't know. I guess that's it. That's the end of this rant. I'm gonna stop this one here, but got plenty more stuff to talk about. Stay tuned. Talk to you later.